Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Twilight. I definitely had to do this video before I released my next video, because if I did not do this video, guys, you would not be able to grasp the concept of the video that I'm going to drop after this. So this particular video explains the true, full, complete detail of why black women had to emasculate black men and the history behind that. We need that tea, y'all, because when they come for us with all of the nonsense about feeling like they have been belittled by us, we need to drop this tea on them, okay? So I want you guys to sit back, relax, watch the full video. Make sure you watch to the end, because I definitely want your opinion and your commentary on this video. And I will see you in the next one. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Peace. And one more thing, guys. I forgot to tell y'all, this is going to be a Facebook streaming that I did prior to. And when I do Facebook streaming, baby, it is much more gritty, much more raw. You're going to hear a lot of profanity. So just get ready. Put the kids to bed. Get all that information. Remember, listen to the end. Drop a comment in the comment section and turn on the bell notification. I appreciate you, baby. And so, you know, my message can be seen as controversial, but when you listen to me, you can see that I'm not really hating on nobody. I'm just telling it like it is. And it's the quiet part out loud. It's the shit that people don't want to hear, because what we want to do is we want to force this ideal black love scenario where we are just black and brown and, you know, beige and lightly tanned people, and we all kumbaya and getting along, and we having black babies, and we wealthy, and we just looking for a Cosby Show situation set to the tune of a motherfucking Al Green soundtrack, eating barbecue and hot links and nobody getting fat, and just living it up in this black euphoria where there are no outside forces, there are no history to consider, there's no trauma, there's no generational curses, there's no political arena, there's just nothing we have to think about other than being with a black man and creating a black family, and that's all the fuck we gotta do, and then life gonna be great. That's the most rudimentary, irresponsible, uninformed declaration of ignorance that I've ever heard. Okay? We declare our ignorance by not looking at the whole picture, but just going after what we want and believing that it can be that way because we envision it to be that way. We want to create a black love scenario so that we can feel good about our relationship to black men when we don't really understand the political and socioeconomic landscape that creates a lot of resistance between us. And we don't want to accept it for what it is. We want to live in a blissful ignorance and get with our men and be inconspicuously abused, right? Abuse each other, create children in toxic conditions, and just keep on hollering black love like a bunch of fucking idiots, right? That's what we want to do. We want to be delusional. And what my message does is it pops delusions, okay? It doesn't allow you to stay in your safe space of delusion. What's up, Amy? How you doing, sis? I don't allow people to stay in their safe space of delusion. But that's what a lot of people want. They want this vision of black love without no fucking work. They don't want to look at the socioeconomic landscape. They don't want to look at the political arena. They just want to believe that we can get together, love each other, fuck, and move on when there is so much pain, so much trauma, so much generational curses. We got misogyny. We got patriarchy. We got all this shit. Religion. Lots of interference from the dominant culture. Changed over DNA. It's all a fucking mess, right? But as long as we just get together, fucking make babies, then we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Nigga, we gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? That's how we want to look at it. And I challenge motherfuckers to think critically. I challenge motherfuckers to review what position we're actually in to determine if it is realistic to even have that type of willful ignorance and push towards creating this utopic black love. That's why people get mad when I speak on certain aspects of black relationships and the diaspora. It's not that they don't see the problem. It's that they still are very much delusional. Right? They still are very much delusional. Okay. See you later, Amy. They still are very much delusional. Right? And they don't want to accept the fact that having this imaginary, childlike ambition towards black love without considering the politics, the socioeconomic statuses that we're in, the interference from the dominant culture, the lack of understanding our own spirituality, our own culture, the reprogramming that it's going to take to actually create a real black love scenario. We don't want to understand that. And that's why we get fucked up by messages like this. In order to, because remember, what y'all gotta understand, under the political and socio-economic landscape, can it be denied that black women serve as a lifeline for black men? Can it be denied that black women serve as a lifeline for black men? It can't fucking be denied, right? Even black men can't lie about this. Again, how did I phrase it? Under the current socio-economic and political landscape, that's our reality. Black women serve as a lifeline for black men. We keep black men out of jail. We keep black men from their masculinity getting so overwhelming that the system will cut them down. Because see, a lot of these guys who feel emasculated by black women don't realize that you're being kept alive by black women. A lot of these men that feel that black women have cut down their masculinity, they don't realize that they're being kept alive by black women. Do you understand that during antiquity, if a black man showed too much of his testosterone and vibrato, he was often sodomized and sold into the slave market? So what the mother had to do, the mammy, she had to be brutal and destroy his masculinity so it didn't raise up against massa. That is still very much so coded in our DNA. Oh, I'm spitting some shit right now. I'm spitting some shit right now. And anybody listening, know when they connect those dots, I ain't speaking nothing but fucking facts. So when they had to do that, they did that as a means of survival to keep their sons from being sodomized and made a public spectacle. We kept them alive by destroying in them what scared the masses. Now, fast forward to tape to today, and the story is still true. I would love one of the hoteps to remind me how that fucking story ain't true. So your mothers that you hate so much, who emasculated you and didn't allow your masculinity to fully grow, and which as women who date y'all or marry y'all, we hate that because we have to step into roles that we don't want to step into. It kept you alive. Black women have become the lifeline for black men. This is the reason why black women feel so dutiful and responsible for black men. That is the chord that we are tapping on. If we allow them to, if we step back and we move into the role that we hadn't had to be in because of survival, they would be more susceptible to attack. Unfortunately, they would lose those battles easily until they developed the wherewithal and the mentality to be able to go up against their oppressors. But there would be a lot of bloodshed in the beginning. Yeah, you know it. You know it. You know I'm right. There would be a lot of bloodshed in the beginning. So what has happened is, in order to keep the black man alive, the black woman had to emasculate him. We didn't have a choice. And that type of behavior has transcended in mother-son relationships over centuries. Because of that, these men are ill-equipped to truly, hey, C, how you doing, sis? Hey, Natasha, how you doing? Make sure you comment, make sure you share this. I don't want to be before you long. You missed a really good chunk of this, but I'm going to kind of summarize it. My first point is that, so what happens is a lot of these men attach on to black women for various different reasons, for their ego needs, right? And they try to conquer us, and through that conquest, this is how they validate their masculinity. But you cannot conquer a thing unless you vilify it. You need to have that thing be less than you. You need to have that, you need to dehumanize that thing, right? So unless you dehumanize it, you're not going to conquer it. And it was the late, great Kevin Samuels that said men don't give a fuck about fairness. All they care about is conquest. They goddaddy said that. They pawpaw said that. Yeah, they pawpaw said that. And they swear by him. So you know it's the truth. So if all they care about is conquest, and as a part of conquest, you need to dehumanize that thing. But the fucking fucked up dichotomy is that we're their lifeline. So you over here trying to conquer your lifeline, but you can't let it go. This creates a very weird dynamic because it's like you're supposed to conquer it, destroy it, and let it be. These motherfuckers conquering, destroying you, and can't let you go because they need you in order to survive. What the fuck? This is why, this is the intelligence that black women need to understand. This is the dichotomy. This is why we're dealing with what we're dealing with. They tell you, you ugly, you're black, don't nobody want you, you're old, you hit the wall, you're this, you're that. All right. So you conquered us. You beat us down. All right. But why you doing 4B movement? Why you doing 4B movement though? Why y'all celibate? Why y'all healing? What? I can't believe you. Why would you want to get away from me after I verbally and physically and emotionally abused you? Why would you want to leave me after I verbally, physically, and emotionally abused you? Why? That doesn't even make sense. And that's what the fuck we're dealing with. What a time to be a black woman. We don't have to accept this mess. Yes, sis. Yes. And that is the confusion. Y'all get me now? Especially for y'all catching it on the replay. You get it now? It's like, I need you, but I need to recover my masculinity too. So I'm going to tear your ass apart, but I don't want you to leave. Don't leave me. Please don't go. Don't leave me after I've done all this fucked up ass shit to you. Or else I gotta find me something else to latch on to, because I can't be left out here in the dirt, in the cold. I'm gonna find me another woman quickly to latch on to. Because I understand that women are my lifeline, but I'm missing something in the inside as a man. So I gotta recover that through tearing your ass apart. But don't leave me. And that is where we get into this guilt tripping shit. Black love ain't nothing but a motherfucking guilt trip. Because as soon as they get what they need, they gone on to over to Becky and Consuela and Mari Soko's motherfucking yard, okay? They don't care about you like that. They just don't want to die. Period. We have been black man's playground. White people look at us black women like, what the hell are y'all thinking? And that's exactly what it is. I be seeing these black women who really think they holding it down for black men. And I be like, bitch, he is fucking using you. If the roles were reversed, he would never do all those things that you're doing. You've literally went through a humiliation ritual for some dusty black dick. And it's like, ma'am, yeah, you don't get it, do you? It's not love. It's you love him, you sacrificing for him, and you are experiencing extreme codependency from him. You are not experiencing a love situation. Hell, you don't even know what love is because you ain't never experienced it. You don't know. You don't know. And black men don't want me to say this quiet part out loud. They ain't loving you. They need you. They just don't want to die. They don't want to go to jail. They still die and go to jail, but they go and die. They die less and they go to jail less when they are attached to a woman. They anchor themselves through women. They become more solid, more clear-minded because they're siphoning your feminine energy. But they ain't got no problem with not giving you shit back. Because as I've told black women, we continue to show off our superpowers and think that shit is cute. I read an article where a woman who just had gave birth went and did her PhD dissertation or whatever that same day. And she was proud of herself. I said, no, Miss Ma'am. That was not wise. You went and did your PhD certification or dissertation, after having a child. You did not care for yourself in the middle of that. That already speaks volumes to me of how you don't take care of yourself. You put some fucking piece of paper from some fucking institution and some white system that don't give a shit about you before your own physical, mental, and emotional health. Stop showing up as Wonder Woman, Superwoman, Catwoman, Storm, goddamn, black, what her name? The Black Witch, the Black Widow, whatever. Stop showing up with your cape on, bitch. Take that goddamn cape off and throw it in the garbage. It's a wrap. We have done enough for society. We have ran ourselves into the ground. And when you keep showing up as this dynamic woman who can do all these powerful things, because eventually they're going to see it anyway, but I wouldn't show it off if I was you. They bitches think you heal like Wolverine when you keep showing up as a god. And then all they do is become fixated on seeing God bleed. You putting your ass out there like a juicy steak to say, everybody come and attack me. And that's exactly what they are doing. We need a break from the fucking abuse. We've been abused. Black women ain't been nothing but abused. Even in that Ebony, New York situation. Them people got that black gal up in there. She was talented doing her thing. And they were pissed. Do you know how many times I've went into places and I said, okay, let me read the room. Okay, these motherfuckers are mediocre. Okay, let me try to blend in with the mediocrity, and then slowly but surely, by making management think that they are helping me, I'm gonna build up to make it seem like it was their training and tutelage that did right by me. Now, I'm not going to say that there wasn't times where things did build me up, because there was. But I'm saying that I have conscientiously went into places and pretended that I was less than, so that other motherfuckers around did not get offended by my excellence. And the fact of the matter is, I also watched a video where this white woman talked about how jealous she was of a black girl in her classroom because of her excellence. This goes without saying that this is a sentiment that is echoed for us throughout the history. And we are always showing off our superpowers because we want everybody to know how great we are, because everybody talks about us like a dog. Tells us we ain't shit. We ghetto, we hood rat, don't nobody want to do nothing but just hunch on us. We just baby mama's welfare. But yet, bitches don't want to leave us alone. But yet, bitches can't live without us, right? Right? You ever peep that? You can't live without the very thing that you think is so trash? Interesting.